Why your child doesn't talk to you and how to fix it. Why your child doesn't talk to you and how to fix it. Your child is talking, yes, not just to you. Your child is talking to friends. Your child is talking at school. Your child is sometimes your child even open up to strangers. But when it comes to you, your child shuts down. Mm? And you wonder what is going on. You ask your child a question, your child gives a short response, yes, no. Your child avoid eye contact, or at times your child even say nothing, nothing. And most times you think my child is just being difficult. I mean, I've heard parents say this. My child, especially teenagers, my child is just being difficult. But that is not true. Just as you know that I will always bring the truth to you, raw as it is. That is not true. Your child is not being difficult at all. Mm-mm. There's a reason why your child doesn't feel like opening up to you. There is a reason for your child's silence. There is a reason for your child's quietness. There is a reason why at every little conversation, your child is turned off, your child shuts down. And today, that is what we are going to fix in class today. Who is here with me today? Say hi in the comment section. Welcome to Parenting Talk, Parenting with Coach Ayolua. My name is Ayolua Dedeji. I am the founder and I am the lead consultant at the Mother Family Focus. Just as you know, they call me the parenting guru because I love to talk about parenting. Anything concerning parenting, just count me in. I am there. I love to talk about parenting. I love to write about parenting. I have books that I've written, books that are changing lives, that are changing homes, that are equipping parents to, raise well-rounded children. They are all available on my seller store. If you have not read any of my book, something is wrong with your parenting. I love to teach parenting. I love to talk about parenting, and that is why I even love to parent. Yes, and that is why I have created this platform for all of us parents to come together, to learn and to grow. Because as I've always been saying, parenting is a learned skill. Yes, it is a skill that we need to develop, to learn to develop from time to time. Parenting is not intuition. Mm-mm. Parenting is not intuition, it is a learned skill. So ensure you come to class every Saturday by 7 p.m. So it is not true that your child is not talking. If you are dealing with a child who is not talking to you, your child is actually talking. Your child is not just talking to you. And that is what we're going to fix today. So in the last video, last week, yes, I talked so much about emotional safety. And here is the truth. Communication is not something you force out of a child. Mm-mm. I wrote a book about communication, heart to heart, mastering parent-child communication. Again, if you have not read that book, something is wrong. Get the book, especially if you are struggling with communicating with your child. Get that book. The link is in my description box. Get that book and read it and implement the models. I created some models there, frameworks that you can use to communicate effectively to your child so that your child can listen, trust you, and open up. All right. So communication is not something you force out of a child. It is something they offer. Let me say this again. Communication is not something you force out of a child. If you are trying to force out communication out of a child, you are missing it. You are missing it and you get frustrated because you will not get the desired results. So you don't force out communication out of a child. your child should offer. Communication is something that a child should offer when it feels safe to do so. Mm. When it feels safe to do so. So when your child isn't talking, it's actually not communication problem. It is safety problem. Mm? Do you get that? When you have a child who is struggling to communicate with you, the problem is actually not communication. It is a safety problem. So let's first talk about why children stop talking. Children are naturally expressive. Yes, you agree with me. Children are naturally expressive. They want to talk, they want to share, they want to express, they want to be heard, they want to be seen. But when that stops, it means that something changed. Something changed that you, the parent, didn't notice. And almost every time, parents are the cause. We just don't know. Most times when your child stop talking to you, it is not your fault, your child's fault. Children actually want to talk. And that's why I keep telling parents, when parents are complaining, my child asks too much question, my child will ask question, my child will do this. Yes, naturally, children love to express, they want to talk, they want to share. There are so many things going on in the mind of children that they want to split out, and they want to feel heard. And this is where most parents miss it. I mean, I shared, I think last week, when our son looked at me and he said, Mommy, if you and daddy did not give birth to me, who would have given birth to me? Can you hear that jump question? Who would have given birth to me? Hmm? Before he asked that question, he must have thought of something. Sometimes we think children just talk anyhow. No, they think too, because they have brain. So when your child stop talking, your child stop ask question, something change. And it is not about your child. It is the environment. The environment you have curated around your home stopped your child from being expressive, from being showing up and all of that. So a parent once told me, he said, my child tells everyone everything. My child will see a family member, and my child will easily relate and be talking to the person. My child will see this and accept me. Accept me. And when we observe the interactions, every time, this is what we discovered. Every time the child tries to open up, is that the child is interrupted, is that the child is corrected, is that the child is dismissed. And please, if you are raising teenager, if you are raising preteen from adolescent, please take note of what I'm talking about in this session, because I have seen many teenagers, many adolescent, many preteen parents complaining that their children don't talk. And when I get close to these children, they speak. Honestly, they talk. Some will even say, my child is how do they say, my child is reserved, my child doesn't talk, my child is a quiet person, my child doesn't love to talk, my child loves to keep to him or herself. I've heard a lot of grammar. But when I get close to these children, I discovered almost all of them, I discovered that they actually had a lot of things going on. As a matter of fact, some of them are carrying burdens over the years, burdens that they haven't shared with anybody. And sometimes, when I keep hammering, connect before correct, connect before correct, connect with your children, you think, coach, why is coach emphasizing this every time? Because I know the power in connection. Most times, even the things that these children cannot share with their parents, they share with me. They share willingly. Some of them will just come, auntie. I just feel like I should tell you this. One of them met me one day. She said, auntie, this thing that I want to tell you, I've not told anybody, but I want to tell you. I said, okay, that's fine. Thank you for trusting me. I'm here to listen. I would love to hear what you want to say. And this girl began to talk, and she was talking, and she was talking, and she was talking. And I was like, is this what this girl, this body this girl has been carrying about for over 10 years? And she's living with her parents. She's living under her parents' roof, and things are happening under her parents' nose, and her parents could not even decode. Hmm? Her parents could not even decode. So when your child stop talking, it is actually not about your child. It's not about your child. Most times, it is the environment that you have created for your child. So over time, hmm, the child didn't. I was talking about what happened, about a parent who complains that our child doesn't talk, and when I I observed the interaction, I noticed that each time the child wants to open up, the parents interrupt. The parents, there is what is it called, attention is being dismissed and all of that. And over time, the child didn't stop talking. Actually, the child just stop talking to that parent. If your child wants to talk to you and you are not available, and the availability I mean is not the physical availability. Sometimes we are available physically, but emotionally and mentally we are not. So the child didn't stop talking. Actually, hmm? The child just stopped talking to that parent. So children don't withdraw randomly. They don't. They withdraw strategically. Hmm? If you are here with me, write that in the comment section. Children don't withdraw randomly. They withdraw strategically. They withdraw. So what you are just noticing, that your child is not talking to you, is just a symptom. It's just a symptom. There's something deeper, that is going on. So let's move to 4 things that shut children down. There are 4 things that shut children down, and that's what I want to um discuss with you now. 4 things that shut children down. So let me get honest with you at this point. Hmm? Here are subtle ways that most parents shut down communication. And I talked about this in my book, Heart to Heart, Mastering the Heart of Parent-Child Communication. And I'm going to share it with you here in this class. So there are subtle ways we actually, it seems normal. We don't see it as big deal. They are even what we do from time to time, and we think all these things are harmless. They are not. When we consistently practice these things that I want to talk about, these 4 things, your children will begin to withdraw strategically, not random. And if you are not observant enough, by the time you are able to notice that your child is no longer talking to you, sometimes nǹkan lè ti bàjẹ́. That is, so many things may have gone wrong. All right, so the first one is jumping to correction too quickly. Jumping to correction too quickly. Your child shares, your child is having a burden, your child shares, and you quickly correct immediately. You didn't even allow that child to finish what he or she is expressing, and you have started, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, why would you have said that? Oh, that's not how you should have behaved. Oh, that's not how you should have said. You jump to correct quickly, just too quickly. Just too quickly. What does this tell your child? This tell your child that it is not safe to be honest. Hmm? Your child is having honest conversation, honest expression. Your child is expressing him or herself, honestly to you, and you jump to correction. Oh, next time don't do that again. Oh, it is wrong to do that. Oh, this is what you should have done. You are teaching your child that it is not safe to be honest, that it is not safe. That is the message. That is not what you mean, but that is the message your action is sending to your child. And when you repeatedly, do this consistently, your child begins to withdraw. Your child begins to withdraw. Your child have had an experience in school that your child feel like sharing with you. Maybe when I share with daddy will just start correcting me. Let me keep it to myself. And remember in my introduction, I said, your child is talking. There's no child. There is no child. Neuroscience has it that children actually want to express. So if you have a child who is expressive, who is asking questions, who is, you actually don't know the gift that you have. You don't know. So I shake my head when parents complain. You don't know my child. My child talks too much. My child has questions too much. Hey, my child do this. Sometimes I'm even tired. Yes, I understand. Sometimes it can be tiring. Maybe you are stressed and all of that, and your child is asking one big question. Sometimes your child will even ask you questions that you don't have answer to. The problem with us, the parents, is that we think we need to be perfect. No, if your child asks you questions that you don't have answer to, that's not a big deal. Oh, I don't know this. Let's find out. You can send your child to go on a research while you two also go on your research, and both of you will come together and learn. Sometimes I tell, when my children ask questions that I don't know, I say, oh, I'm sorry, this question that you have, I have no idea. Can we go and find response to this? And after a while, we'll come back together and I will let them know, thank you for telling me the truth, for teaching me a new thing. So you don't have to have answer to all the questions or everything that your child wants to tell you. Just be there. Just be there. Just let your child feel, that emotional stability, that emotional, what will I say? That confidence that I have someone that will listen to me, to anything that I want to say. Number two is overreacting emotionally. Your child is sharing and you are angry or dramatic because your child did something to you. You feel disappointed, and your child is sharing by him or herself. You were not actually there when it happened. Your child just felt, oh, I feel like expressing myself, and your child is talking to you and you are being dramatic. And you get angry. You are teaching your child that my truth causes problem. My truth causes problem. And this is how some of us, we unintentionally raise liars. We raise children who are lying. Who are liars. We overreact emotionally, and sometimes we punish the truth and we reward the lies. And you will now come out and say, my child can lie, my child can lie. No, it is not your child's problem. You created that system. That system of lie. You created it. You just didn't know. So when your child shares with you, I agree with you. Sometimes children will share things. I mean, sometimes teenagers will share things to me, and I will try to comport myself, so that they can feel safe to share everything they need to share, and to share with me. But honestly, I will go to my corner and I will weep for them. I will weep for them. So you really need to be in charge of your emotions. Number three is turning conversations into lectures. Turning conversations into lecture. Your child is sharing and you are giving long advice. You turn yourself to a lecturer. You keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking. And your child learns, I'll be talked at, not understood. Sometimes your child is just talking. Your child just needs someone to learn. At times, when our daughter shared some things with me, I will ask, do you just want me to listen or you want me to talk? Sometimes you say, I just feel like I should tell you. Sometimes that's what they need. We really need to understand this. Then number four, minimizing feelings. And many of us, many of us, falls into this. Uh, um, we do this a lot, minimizing feelings. It's not a big deal. You are just overreacting. Maybe your child shares with you that a classmate did this, or a teacher or someone that is older did this, and you're like, that's not a big deal. You are just being dramatic. You are just taking it too seriously. Your child is learning that my feelings doesn't matter. That my feelings doesn't matter. You are dismissing your child's feeling, dismissing your child's emotion. So the next time your child says nothing, what your child actually means is that nothing feels safe to say. So if you are complaining or you are struggling with a child that doesn't speak to you, let me tell you what your child, that attitude is telling you. Your child's attitude is saying that nothing feels safe to share. Can you now see that it is not your child's fault? It is the system that you have unknowingly created around your children. That you have created around your children. So if this is eating your home, can you give me a thumb up? Give me a thumb up in the comment box. Yes, give me a thumb up. Thank you. So let's move on to how to rebuild communication. How to rebuild communication. Again, I share this explicitly in my book, Heart to Heart, Mastering the Heart of Parent-Child Communication. If you have not read the book, please, you really need to read it. Whether you have a toddler or you have a school age child, or you have adolescent, you have preteen, you have teenager, you have grown up, it is a skill that we all need to learn. It is a skill that we all. All right, sorry about that. It is a skill that we all need to learn. So how do we rebuild communication? Now let's fix it. Trust me now. I will not just tell you what you are doing that is not right. I will definitely tell you how to get it right. So I will tell you how to rebuild communication in case communication bridge has broken in your home. This is how you can fix it. It's not too late. There is no problem that you cannot solve. I've heard parents that say, all these things that you are saying, we are now, that our children are grown up, how do we incorporate this and all of that? You are not late. You just have to begin from where you are. And honestly, believe me, if you are intentional and you are consistent enough, within short period of time, you will begin to notice improvements. Yes, in your parenting system. So let us fix it. The rule is, again, connection before correction. See, you need to learn how to connect. This is one powerful tools that I have been using over the years, even for children who are not my children. Once I meet a young child, a child, a teenager, the first thing I do is that I connect. And that's why they can open up to me to any length. And that's why I can influence them. Hmm? I can influence them. So you must learn to connect before anything. Always. Always. There could be times that your emotions may have the best of you and your connection will be tampered with. Yes, it happens. You consciously and intentionally rebuild that connection because you must ensure that your connection with your child is intact. When your connection with your child is intact, that is when you can discipline effective. That is when your child can feel safe, can trust to learn from you. All right. So step one, create a safe moment, not forced ones. not forced one. Most of the time, we want to force moments. We want to force moments. No, don't force it. Create a safe moment. Stop asking your child was your day. I mean, this is one of the generic questions we ask our children. I mean, I did a live session when I was doing this parenting talk on Facebook. I talked about, I think, 10 questions you can ask your child instead of how was your day. Stop asking generic questions, questions that will push your child, that will condition your child to give you default answer like yes, no. Hmm? Stop asking how was your day. You can't ask that question and accept that. Even you, if someone asks you how was your day, wouldn't answer saying, you see, in the morning I did this, I did that. Hey, oh, will you start doing that? Of course no. Of course no, except that person, maybe your spouse. Maybe your spouse. Sometimes, even sometimes, our spouses really need to, put words in our mouth before we can express ourselves. How much more children? So instead, ask, I enjoy talking with you. What actually happened today? Tell me anything that you want to tell me. No pressure. Don't pressurize. Hmm? Remember, I said that communication is not forced out of a child. It shouldn't be forced out of a child. It is something that children should offer. And of course, they will offer it when they feel safe. They will offer it when they feel safe. So instead of asking those generic questions, let your child know, I love talking to you. I say this to our children. Sometimes even when she wants to share or they want to talk to me and I'm busy, maybe I'm dealing with something on my head, I'm preparing a note or I'm preparing for a session, a talk or something. And they're just like, mommy. I'll say, okay, honestly, I really love to talk with you. I want to hear what you want to say. I don't want to feel distracted. But right now, I can't do that. So would you please give me some time and we would agree. No pressure. No pressure. Number two, step two, listen without fixing. A lot of us parents, we are poor listener. Yes, we are poor listener. We need to be able to listen to verbal cues and non-verbal cues. When children are talking, they're not just talking with their voices. They talk with their body, their emotions, their appearance, and all of that. So, as a parent, you need to learn how to listen, and listen attentively. Listen to understand, not to respond. Let me say it again. Listen to understand and not to respond. A lot of times we listen to respond. Excuse me. Listen to respond. That's like your child is talking, your child is not hasn't finished, and you are interrupting. You are interrupting. You are not listening to understand. You are listening to respond. So you need to learn to listen without fixing. Don't jump in. Don't jump in. Don't correct. Sometimes don't. In fact, just listen. Like I shared earlier, sometimes I just listen. My child will just say, this girl in school, this girl that used to sit here, she did this, after this, she will just say this, say this, say. And after everything, I will ask, do you just want me to hear or you want me to talk? At times you say, you can talk. At times you say, I just want to tell you. I just want to tell you. A lot of us think that because we are the parents, our children will just be coming to us to talk to us and all of that. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. It is a skill that you need to build system around. Your child will not start talking to you as a teenager if you have not created the system that will enable that as a toddler. So you begin to engineer your system, your parenting system, to make it safe for your child to be expressive, to want to open up to you anytime, any day. All right. Then step 3, validate before guiding. Validate before guiding. I can see that that really upsets you. I can see that you feel frustrated. Oh, that incident must be very hard on you. That sounds frustrating. Validation is not agreement. The fact that you validate doesn't mean you agree with what actually happened, but it is emotional safety. You are giving your child emotional safety. You are giving your child platform for safety, to empower your child to open up. Then step 4, control your reactions. Sometimes children will tell you some things that will can get you angry, can piss you off, can even like what I say, like the teenager. Imagine a teenager, someone just meeting me, someone, oh my goodness. Imagine a teenager just telling you that, auntie, I've been doing this thing. And the person I'm doing it with is even the person that my parents knew, but my parents did not know that. As in, I will hear some things and I will have goose pimples on my body. Goose pimples on my body. But I'll have to comport myself, because if I overreact, they will not feel safe to maybe they will just tell me 20% of what they want to tell me. Sometimes they are talking to me, I am boiling inside, I am smiling. Wow, this is interesting. And say, yes, auntie, they will continue. They will continue say, you don't mean this. I'm really keep on. I really want to know how all these things ended, and they will keep talking. So you need to learn as a parent to be able to control your emotions, because your child is studying your face. Your child is studying your face, your tone, your energy, your expression, what you did not say. So if your reaction feels unsafe, your child will shut down again. If you react in an unsafe way, your child, even if you did not talk, your child will understand this, and your child will, keep away from you. So when your child feels safe, your child don't need to be forced to talk. You won't force your child. Just like I said in the introduction, if your child is not talking, then something is wrong, because your child is actually talking. Your child is not just talking to you. It is you that your child is not talking to. Your child is talking. Your child is talking to friends, talking to at school. Some will even talk to their teachers and all of that. I have heard teachers that will say, oh, this is what this child told me. Some children, will confide in their teachers what is going on in their homes. So if your child is not speaking to you, that doesn't translate that your child is not talking. Your child is talking, but not just to you. So you just need to figure it out. Who exactly is your child is talking to? Why is your child not talking to you? And then you will be able to fix it. So let me share a life experience. Maybe your child says, my teacher harassed me. Normally, most people will say, what did you do? What did you now do? What then now happened? But that is not a safe response. A safe response will say, that must make you feel uncomfortable. That must really feel irritating. So what now happened? You have confirmed your child's feelings. Because your child said, my teacher embarrassed me today. That's an emotion. That's a feeling. And you have, validated, you have acknowledged it. Or your child says, I don't like my friend anymore, or I don't like my teacher anymore. The normal response is say, don't say that again. Why will you say that? Why won't you like your teacher? That's not a good thing to say. But that is not a safe response. A safe response will say, tell me what is happening. What exactly is happening? Did you notice the difference? There's a difference. One shuts down the conversation. One shuts down the conversation. If your child says, I don't like my teacher. And you say, why? No, don't say that again. That's not a good thing to say. You have shut down your child conversation. So one response shuts down conversation, the other opens up the conversation. Okay, what now happened? Tell me what happened. All right. So one day your child will go through something so difficult. Hey, I have been saying it and I will continue to say it because it is reality. At some point, life will be hard, whether we like it or not, whether we agree or not, whether we prepare our children or we fail to prepare them. A time will come, a time will come. hmm, your child will go through something difficult, something your child will not even understand, something that will be difficult for your child to figure out, something your child will need help with. The question is, will your child come to you in a moment like that? When such situation arise, will your child come to you, or will your child prefer to handle it alone? Some of us, we carried our emotional baggages by ourselves because we were not, our parents were not able to create that system that will equip us to open up. I mean, some of us, even as parents now, maybe a few of you that is watching me, some were harassed, were sexually abused by uncles, by cousins, by family members, sexually harassed right under their parents' nose, and they don't even have the confidence to share with parents. Yes, I've heard series of adults adults that couldn't share that because our parent didn't understand what it means to create a safe environment where a child will feel free to express without the fear of being judged, without the fear of being questioned, without the fear of being corrected, without the fear of being corrected. So a time will actually come in your child's life, and it's better you sit with this. It's better you understand this, and you begin to create systems that will help your child at that time. Sometimes you may not even be there. The system that you have created, your words will become your child's inner voice in a moment like that. And that's why I keep saying that intentional parenting is not negotiable at this time. If you are parenting this time and you are just parenting, you just wake up, you just do normal thing, you no system, no structure, nothing. You are just parenting. You think everything will just fall in place. No, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. Successful parenting, raising whole children, raising emotionally balanced children doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intentionality, by creating system. It happens with clarity, structures. And these are the things I've been teaching in live sessions in this class and in all my courses, all our courses at the model family. Very soon, our play therapy course will be launched. And please, if you are a parent, especially if you have a child below age 10, you should register for that course. You will discover how to use play as a destiny discovery tool. Hmm? Like my teacher at Praise for where we always say, all you know is not all there is to know. Let me say that again. All you know is not all that there is to know. You see, there are many things that we don't know. Many things. Even in the things that we think we know. Some of us say, Hey, I'm a parent. Nobody should teach me how to parent. Nobody should teach me how to discipline my child. Hey, leave us alone. Let us do it. Now, all that you know is not all there is to know. There are some of us who has done marvelous work on parenting, and we can tell you what works. I can tell you in parenting what works and what doesn't work. And my model, my frameworks, my work, my tools, they are research backed and they are field tested. They are not theory. If you apply them consistently, consistently, you will join those who are already giving testimony about what is going on at the model family. So when that time comes, the question is that will your child run to you? Will your child feel safe to express him or herself to you? Or will your child, just feel I can handle this? I don't feel safe sharing this with my parents. Hmm? Which one? You don't build that trust in big moments. Most of the time, we think is during big events, big moments. That's where the teaching will happen. That's where you can. No, in little moments, daily activity. That is when all this learning happens. That is when you build the trust. That is when you build safety. All right. Build it in small everyday conversation. In small everyday conversation, your child wants to talk to you. Be there. Listen. Don't be talking. Your child is talking to you and you are watching. Continue. I'm listening. Or your child is talking to you and your eyes, you are gazing on television as if your whole life depends on that television. Hmm? When your child wants to talk to you, be available. Be present, body, soul, and spirit. Let your child know that you are present. Let your child know that you have interest, that you are interested in what he or she wants to tell you. If peradventure there is anything that, at that point you won't be able uh, to concentrate or to be available, you can let your child know right now, I won't be available. Can you please give me some time? I really, really want to hear what you have to say. So, this is how you build in moments like this, little moment like this. This is how you build trust. This is how you build safety. This is how you create safe environment where your children can feel free to communicate with you, to share with you, even when they mess up. Mm? Even when they mess up, when they didn't get it right. If you create safe environment, your children will come to you. They will communicate to you. Here is me again, Ayoluwa Adedeji, your parenting coach. Mm? Your parenting guru. Anytime you see me on your screen, by now you should know that what I want to talk about is parenting. If you have not been following me on all other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Medium, LinkedIn, do well to follow me. I talk about parenting in all my social media platform. And if you are watching me and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. Subscribe, click the notification button so that you won't miss out any time new video is uploaded. Every Wednesday by 7 p.m. I upload videos on this channel, and every Saturday by 7 p.m., just like we are now, I am here talking about parenting. Don't forget to share the link to this session to parents on your contact, children teacher, your children teacher, your neighbor, your friend, your husband, your wife, and whoever that is co-parenting with you. Join me again next week, same time, as I'll bring another educative, interesting, and eye-opening topic for discussion. Please don't miss this session for any reason. All right, join me again next week. Until next time, keep parenting with intention.